In 1938, two young Jewish fellows named Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster came up with the idea for a story about a newborn baby whose planet was about to explode, so his parents put him in a rocket ship, sent him to Earth where he crash-landed. He was found by a young couple who adopted him and who gave him a new name.
What do you think of the name Christopher?
Now, Martha, let's discuss this.
Or Kevin?
Martha!
Or Kirk. I know. We can use my maiden name. What do you think of Clark Kent?
We know where Siegel and Shuster got the inspiration for the Superman story from this week's Torah portion, wherein a Jewish baby is born in Egypt, and his parents reluctantly put him in a little basket in the Nile River to save him from what would otherwise be certain death at the hands of the Egyptians. And he's discovered and saved by none other than Pharaoh's daughter, who adopts him and who gives him a new name, Moses, Moshe, which leads to the famous question, why do we, and why does the Torah, and why does God himself call Moshe by the name that the Egyptian princess gave him, instead of whatever name his parents gave him when he was born? The commentators' answers are as different as they are instructive. One says that from this we're meant to learn a lesson in Hakaras HaTov, gratitude. We are so grateful at what Pharaoh's daughter did that we show some small measure, some token of gratitude. We use the name that she gave him to thank her for saving him. Another commentator says that the lesson is in the reason that she gives for choosing that name. She says, I named him Moshe ki min hamayim mishi sihu, because I drew him out of the water. Most politicians lead by looking over their shoulder. They try to figure out, what do the people want? That's what I'll give them, and then they'll vote for me. They're acting like water. Water takes the shape of whatever vessel it's poured into, round or square, narrow or wide. But not Moshe. He was drawn out of the water. He doesn't act like other politicians because he's not trying to win a popularity contest. He's only going to do what God tells him to. And that's why time and again, the Jewish people are complaining. He doesn't care. He knows what his responsibility is. His responsibility is to answer to a higher authority. And another commentator explains, Pharaoh's daughter Basia is telling him through her choice of name that she saved him. Statistically, he had no chance, a baby in a basket in the Nile. And so by saving him, she gave him a new lease on life. She became his new mother. His original mother had, in a sense, as painful it is to say, abandoned him to the Nile. And that's why Basia, Pharaoh's daughter, pays Moshe's birth mother, Yocheved, to nurse him, to show, I'm his mother now. I had the right to name him. And to show young Moshe the same way that I was sensitive, the same way that I was compassionate, the same way that I saved you, you have to spend your life saving others, which he does. She wants him to understand that he's a survivor. And we have to view ourselves the same way. Each one of us, every Jew, is a survivor. Just think what your family had to endure for you to be alive and Jewish today. The exiles, the massacres, the persecutions, the tortures, the forced conversions, the inquisitions, the crusades, the pogroms, the lynchings, the pillagings, the Holocaust, the intifadas. Statistically, the chances that you made it are 0 or approaching 0. And yet you're here. God chose you. God chose each of the Jews who made it to today for a reason. Each one of us has a mission. We've got to figure out what that is. Throughout every stage of our lives, we have to constantly be asking ourselves, why did God put me here? Why am I a survivor?
That's another way of saying that it's not from this world, Clark. And neither are you.
Can I just keep pretending I'm your son?
You are my son. But somewhere out there, you have another father, too, who gave you another name. And he sent you here for a reason, Clark. And even if it takes you the rest of your life, you owe it to yourself to find out what that reason is.
We, too, have another Father, a Father in heaven, who gave us a name up there, gave each of us a mission.